In the news this week, Fiona Stanley Hospital has opened its doors to the public.
Volunteer firefighters awarded for their efforts in the Community Safety Month campaign.
And Hong Kong is in Perth, fighting for democracy for their hometown.
This is the Evening News with Ivan Leung and Daniel Stanislaw.
Good evening. First this week, after years of waiting, the Fiona Stanley Hospital has finally opened. Professor Fiona Stanley, along with Premier Colin Barnett and other honourable guests, attended the grand opening. Harper was at the ceremony and filed this report.
This week, Premier Colin Barnett unveiled the plaque at the grand opening of the new world-class Fiona Stanley Hospital in front of hundreds of honourable guests and staff members. Respect was paid to the traditional custodians of the land, with Reverend Leung performing Welcome to Country. Guests took part in an Aboriginal smoke ceremony to cleanse the new hospital, walking through the fumes to remove bad spirits. The 783-bed, $2 billion public hospital will rank among the best in Australia. Its defining features include a 140-bed state rehabilitation service, a 30-bed purpose-built mental health unit, and the state burns service.
6,000 people will be working in this hospital, and every year there'll be about 90,000 people coming here for medical care of one form or another.
Where you can bring your kids here, you can have general medicine, general surgery, intensive care, coronary care. You can have a whole suite of medical services here, and it's got a research facility right next door.
I sat with Professor Fiona Stanley herself, who spoke candidly of her great success and achievements throughout her career.
It's an acknowledgement not just of me, but of all the people that have worked with me and all of the things that we've done together. But it's a very West Australian story. I'm a West Australian medical graduate, went through the UWA, got trained in West Australian hospitals, Royal Perth and Princess Margaret. So I feel very West Australian here. And to have it named after a living West Australian is such an honour. But it's also acknowledging all the excellence that's here. You know, that we have such a good medical school, we have such a wonderful hospitals that doctors and nurses and allied health can train in and can give care to patients.
Harper, WAMN News.
Western Australia has kicked off the annual Community Safety Month campaign, encouraging citizens to do their bit to create a safer community. Fun activities and informative seminars will be held around the city to spread the message. Daniel Edwards reports.
It's an award that recognises the heroes within our community. Volunteer firefighters Christine Cairns and Bob Littman have both been awarded as safety champions during the launch of WA's Community Safety Month. Both recipients have fought against the Roleystone bushfire. They also acted as juvenile and family fire awareness support officers for the Department of Fire and Emergency Services.
I think people forget in their busy lives that they can all slow down a little bit, be more aware of taking time to clean gutters ahead of bushfire season, cut back some of their trees around their house, but then even in a city context to just be more observant, more peripherally aware of their own safety.
The message that DFES like to get across is prepare, act and survive.
WA's Community Safety Month will see numerous events across the state this October. Each event offers safety measures and demonstrations by locals.
We need to get this message out that you actually have to be responsible for your own safety. You can't rely on a fire truck being in your driveway. You can't rely on being told because sometimes the fires just move that fast.
The pair are always quick to point out the significance of bushfire-ready groups and firefighters in every local community. Daniel Edwards, WAMN News.
The political unrest in Hong Kong has become an international focus as citizens fight for democracy. A demonstration supporting the cause was held in Perth earlier this week. The organiser said many Hong Kongers were shocked by the incident happening back home.
This Monday, we have had an assembly here from Marie Street to Chinese Consulate. And there was about 300 people, and we was successfully draw the attention by 3 media.
Well, the flashpoint of the occupied Central happened after police fired tear gas at the demonstrators. Isn't it an overkill?
Well, I can say that's crazy. They used too much force. It was really an unusual thing happening in Hong Kong. Because as I know that Hong Kong police haven't used tear gas for more than 10 years. And they never used it to Hong Kong protesters. It was the first time.
Do you think that the protesters will continue to occupy parts of Central and other parts of Hong Kong until they get what they want?
The wrongdoing of government helped to push up the campaign, make the protester there from about 4,000 people to now over 200,000 people. And it is already lasted for 5 days, and we can expect that it can be last longer. But on the other way, we can see that our enemy, the Hong Kong government and the Chinese government, they're standing on such a strong position. We can't see any points that they are going to change their mind.
In related news, hundreds of protesters have taken to the streets of Canada to express their outrage after Hong Kong police used tear gas to disperse peaceful demonstrators. A rally was held at the Olympic Plaza in Calgary. The organiser has read a statement from local MPs condemning the violent attacks against the protesters in Hong Kong.
The main reason I read out was because I don't see any democracy or any hope for Hong Kong if I don't step out. Because I'm part of Hong Kong. If I don't go out, no one's go out. So everyone has to go out, take the initiative and do the work for Hong Kong for themselves.
The debate towards the controversial shark cull policy was reignited after a 23-year-old man was attacked by a shark in Esperence. Premier Colin Barnett expressed his sympathy towards the victim and his family and defended the Fishery Department's move to catch and kill 2 great white sharks.
It was necessary. This is school holiday time. There were people visiting that beach, camping along the beach, and I don't have anything against sharks. I mean, I don't like that any more than anyone else. But where public safety is concerned, I will always take a decision on the side of public safety, and that's what I did yesterday.
The federal government will send 8 Super Hornet aircrafts to carry out airstrikes against ISIS. SAS troops will also be deployed to assist security forces in Iraq. Prime Minister Tony Abbott made the announcement this week in Canberra, saying the government's decision has not been taken lightly. He labelled ISIS as a significant threat towards the region. Australia has become part of the international coalition forces led by America to tackle this Islamic State.
And those are the top stories of the week. You can read the latest news on our website.
We will see you next week. Have a good one.
Good night.